What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tuesday recap video. If you guys are new here, Tuesdays I basically go over all the wagers I had for the prior week. Of course, tomorrow we'll go over every single game this week in college football. Thursday we'll go over the NFL, and I'll give you the free whiteboard winning picks in both of those videos. I'm going to go as fast as I can today, just try to get you in, get you out, let you know everything that happened. What certainly happened is more frustration has built up. It's getting really, really annoying, almost to the point where I might jump off a bridge if this happens again. First and foremost, guys, the free picks, another 1-in-1 week. So our free pick record is now 10-4 for the season. That is very, very impressive for free picks. Well above a 70% winning percentage. I think that's 71% there. 10-4. So I will update that this week, of course, in both of the videos. Get you guys 2 more free picks. We'll shoot for 2-0 this week and try to improve on what is already an awesome free pick record. So hopefully appreciate that. Double check. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you get notified when those videos come out. I guess we'll just start with college. I mean, let's just go quick. Let's just get this out of the way. Let's just start with college. College was great. Great weekend of college. Here we go. We had Kansas State on the money line. Cash it, 2.8 units. Illinois getting 3.5 points for some reason. Beat Michigan outright, 1.4 units there. Cash that. We had Arkansas +3, which was a losing pick. Very, very surprising there. Completely flat, gutless performance by Arkansas. I mean, we see the potential. They beat Tennessee at home. LSU was coming off a night game, an emotional night game, where they were lucky to even get a win against Ole Miss. I thought they were coming in overrated. I think Tennessee is a little bit better than LSU, and if Arkansas could get the upset with Tennessee, I was definitely going to take them off of a bye week, getting 3 points at home. I thought that was a great wager. South Alabama and FIU on a little half-point midweek teaser for basically just entertainment purposes, only dropping half of a unit or 0.6 of a unit on that one to win half of a unit. It was looking fine. Obviously, South Alabama -6.5 was easy on the teaser. And then we just needed FIU to win the game against UTEP, who's just been, I mean, they didn't even have a win at the time. Lose the starting quarterback, lose the second string quarterback. Injuries, man. Injuries have absolutely taken my money this year. Brutal to lose that one, even though it was a small play that was in the bag if we had the starting quarterback. Louisville +5. It was close, but we come up a little bit short with that one. I really liked Louisville this week. Was disappointed that they just couldn't stop Miami. So that was definitely wrong on that one. We had a little Virginia Tech and Georgia teaser. Nice 2.4 unit hit on that one. I really like that Virginia Tech game. And this is another thing, guys, because on my videos during the week where I go over every game, I believe I actually said I liked Boston College. I think I said in the video, if I got up above 7, I would definitely be thinking about taking Boston College. Well, as the week went on, I looked into it more. When Thursday night came around, I found plenty of stuff with the line movement, with the money splits, and the research that I did. And Virginia Tech was the clear side there. So we paired them up with Georgia and cashed that one with absolute ease. That was 2.4 units. Moneyline parlay. We put Notre Dame and Cincinnati together, fading that Arizona State team that was overrated. Cincy getting the job done at home, and Notre Dame we locked in as soon as Haynes King was ruled out for Georgia Tech. They didn't have a prayer in that game. So a nice little money line parlay there. That was 2.6 units. Oklahoma State getting 10.5. Just an easy cash. I almost put some money out on the money line. Glad I didn't do that. I thought they should have won the game outright, but we cashed easy with Oklahoma State there in a spot where BYU was just at a sell high point. Oklahoma State at the ultimate buy low spot. And just based on some statistics and how those teams are oriented, the defense and the strengths of one team was a weakness of the other. And I just thought the points was crazy. And then Virginia, we threw in one late add-on on Virginia +20.5 backdoor cover, get there, fading all the public money on Clemson. So we snuck in there and cashed that one. So yeah, overall in college this week, we went 6-3. We had a 6-3 record and we gained 4.3 units. So that was college. There's some good news. And this week was good news. It was good news and it was bad news. So it was kind of a combo here. NFL, let me just put this up here. Where is this? Let me just put this on the screen for you guys. 9-7 record, but lost a chunk of money. Most of that came from Monday night. But here are the plays, and here's what happened in the NFL. This is the ultimate brain scrambler. You guys have got to listen to these plays And please leave comments below. What do you think of these plays? I want to at least tell you guys why I chose the particular bets that lost here. Let me know what you think. So we had the Packers. I sent this out super earlier in the week. I sent it out on a Monday at -2.5. The line closed at 3.5. The power rating had them almost -5. They absolutely killed the Texans. I thought the Texans missing some of those offensive players and defensive players were in a bad spot. The Packers dominated, but 3 unbelievable turnovers and just a stupid idea going for 2. And the Packers somehow win and don't cover the 2.5 by half of a point. Just a heartbreaking loss. I mean, Green Bay really dominated the game. We get in at -2.5. It closes at 3.5. We have a beautiful ticket. We have the home team, the better team, the healthier team. Everything was right. If I could go back in time, I would put even more money on Green Bay. There's nothing else you can do. We had a great number. We were under the key number of 3. The line closed above. Everything went right except the turnovers and one decision by the Packers, man. And they win the game by 2. Absolutely brutal. The money line is too juicy. I had to lay the points, and it went out, like I said, on a Monday earlier in the week. I expected that line to get to that 3.5 or maybe even a 4. And that's why I sent it out early. So we lose that one. Another one, at least a fair and square loss. We took a shot on the 49ers, and I was well aware of Andy Reid off a bye week and Patrick Mahomes as an underdog. Everybody in the world knows those statistics. But I didn't care. I thought it was the spot at home, the healthier team, Super Bowl revenge, and the whole world just preaching that this Chiefs stuff will just repeat forever. And it looks like it's going to. But for 2.3 units, I took a stab on a very, very cheap home 49ers money line price. They lose Ayuk in the game. The injuries piled up. But overall, I just don't know if they would have got that game done regardless. Outcoached, severely outcoached. The defense couldn't get a stop. Mahomes, man, he's a magician. I will never, ever, and I can say this honestly right now, you guys can record it, screenshot it, whatever. I will never, ever bet against the Chiefs again. Now, I don't like betting on them because I do think they're overvalued. They've been winning a lot of these games with smoke and mirrors. They could easily have 3 losses, maybe 4. So I'm not going to be betting on the Chiefs much, but I'll just never, ever bet against them. I probably just won't be touching any of their games unless it's on a total, not a side. We had a prop in the Sunday night football game, over 4.5 receptions for, I can't remember right now. It's written down. I just abbreviated there. But we hit for a unit on that. We had Seattle. We added the Seahawks at +3. Didn't even need the points. Easy cash there. That was just a classic example in the NFL of a team that has lost 3 in a row, won 3 in a row. Line looked a little fishy. Money splits looked great for taking Seattle. Sharp money on Seattle. Probably should have just went money line there, but we had to take the 3 points with a team that just consistently was getting heartbroken. So we cashed that. We cashed the Cardinals money line on Monday Night Football at +100. Didn't even take the 1.5. Hit that for half unit. But there's a couple more in here. There's 2 more losses, and of course, they were my biggest plays of the week. The Jets on the money line. I have to hear your comments below. I have to hear it. The Jets were the right side. I don't care what anybody says. The Jets were an amazing bet. And we got in early. I sent out the Jets money line the same day I sent out the 49ers and the Packers. It was like a Monday, I think. I sent it out on the 17th. We got in on the Jets money line at -122. It was so much higher than that. We had great closing line value. They're up 9 points. Now, I know I'm going to repeat this, and you guys watch the game, so you don't have to hear it twice, but let me just reiterate this. The Jets were up 9. They had the ball at midfield. There's about a minute left in the half. They also get the ball out of halftime. The live spread at this point in the game was like 16.5, and Russell Wilson was god-awful. The Steelers' offense was horrendous all the way up until the point where Aaron threw that interception. Then we see Russ just throws the ball in the air, crosses his fingers. Their offense is so bad, they might as well just chuck it down the field and pray. And every single time they did that in the game, the Steelers caught it. Jets defense, absolutely pathetic. Can't even knock down basically a jump ball. It's like you're playing fucking jackpot in the park as a kid, and they can't even defend that. So that was just a huge momentum swing. We saw the injuries in the second half. The Jets are gutless. They couldn't even rally. We saw another point in time where it was like, a 2-point game. Aaron Rodgers absolutely hits Garrett Wilson right in the sweet spot. It bounces off his chest and leads to almost a pick 6, but definitely leads to another touchdown. And it was over. So the Jets, man, it was a blowout. And people are out here saying the switch to Russell Wilson was a good idea. Are you people smoking crack? They had no offense. All of that second half offense was just a momentum thing. That's just what happens when a team's melting down and everything's going wrong for one team. It just helped Russell, I mean, let's be real. He couldn't do a single thing. He looked slow. He looked unathletic, and he was just throwing balls to the sky and praying, and somehow the Steelers caught it every time. And somehow every time the Jets had a pass, they just couldn't get the job done. Aaron with 2 interceptions. Absolutely brutal loss. That was a 4-unit play on the money line. Absolutely insane. One of the worst losses I've ever taken. So that's a 4-unit loss versus probably a 3, maybe a little over a 3-unit, probably 3.5 units gain. So that's like a 7.5 unit swing. Just the Jets completely melting down to a bad Steelers team. And let me tell you this right now. If the Steelers played anybody this week other than the Giants, I would have my entire life savings against them because that Pittsburgh team sucks. Russell Wilson's horrible. And as soon as they play somebody competent, which will be 3 weeks from now, they're fucked. That is a horrible football team. The Jets are just that pathetic. And the other losing play, I had a Monday night same game parlay that we've hit 2 weeks in a row. I decided just to keep the ball rolling. They've been doing good. And I came up with an absolute lock. And the word lock should not really be used in sports betting. But I came up with a same game parlay that was just absolutely phenomenal. I knew the Ravens would probably win, but we took an alt spread plus 8.5 just to be safe. We knew the over would probably hit, but we took an alternative over down in the high 30s, I think 37.5, just to be completely safe. We took Lamar Jackson just to rush for 25 yards. He's been always getting, he's been averaging in the low 70s this year, but just 25, 1 or 2 scrambles. He gets there just about every single game, 25 yards. Hit that. And then the Baker Mayfield plus 1+ passing touchdown. I know this is a lot of legs, right? But it was about even odds. It was plus 101. We put 4 units on it. 1 touchdown for Baker. You figured the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would be playing catch up. The Ravens had the number 1 rushing defense. So we knew between the weapons that the Bucs have in the passing game, the lack of defense that the Ravens have in the secondary, everything was just basically panned out for a pretty good air attack from Tampa. And it was going that way until Evans went down. And of course, Godwin at the end. So we had Baker just to get 1 touchdown. You figure we'd probably get 2 or 3 out of him, but we just went with 1. And then what ruined it? So everything's good, right? This all sounds super easy. Ravens plus some points, a much lower total to go over. Baker just to get 1 touchdown through the air. Lamar just to run for 25. Like all these are so easy, right? So what broke it? An actual player that had even easier props, a guy that's been on fire, Zay Flowers. He goes off like the first 2 plays, a big run, a big pat, a nice little pass, so like 11 or 12 yarder. We just needed 3 catches and 25 yards from Zay Flowers, and it looked like he was going to go for 100, and he gets hurt. And he gets hurt, and he goes on the sideline. They tape him up. Eventually, he does return to the game, but the injury just threw it all off, and they just avoided him the whole rest of the game. He was just kind of in there as like a decoy, kind of a block a little bit, special teams kind of guy. He was completely eliminated from the offensive game plan as soon as he rolled his ankle, tweaked his ankle, and they just didn't use him the whole rest of the night. I mean, Zay Flowers, their number 1 weapon, to get 3 catches and just 25 yards, and right off the bat before he gets hurt, he already has 1 catch for 11 yards. And we lose because of that for another 4 units at plus money. That is an 8-unit swing. So the Jets meltdown and Zay Flowers not getting 3 catches and 25 yards was the difference of about 16 units, about 15, call it 15 units. So you give us those 2 back. Take the Niners. The Packers was absolutely brutal too. That's about a 5-unit swing, 4-unit swing. I don't even care. Stuff happens. You lose by half a point here and there. I'm not even mad about those. The Jets meltdown in that situation and that Monday Night Football parlay not coming through because of Zay Flowers and the tiny little numbers we needed him to get. and having a 15 unit difference and 2 losses versus 2 wins on our record, that is insane. And that is one of the most frustrating weeks I've ever had. We crushed college. All my picks in NFL were sharp and as good as you could possibly get. And look at this, guys. Here's another thing. Let's go back 3 weeks. How about 3 weeks? Because now, it's October 22nd. So we're about 3 weeks into the month. Let's go back 3 weeks and just look at October. Let's kind of zoom out and look at October. Am I down? No. Like overall money, am I down? No. We're right around even. But last week, 10-4. 2 weeks back, 15-11. And this week, not quite as good. But the last 3 weeks combined, I'm 34-22. That's my record, not my units. Like I said, we're right around the even mark. We're about even. We're up like a fraction of a unit. So we're about even on money. But I am hitting at over 60%. Even with these horrible losses, these unthinkable losses in the mix, I'm still at 61% winning percentage. I've gotten 34 out of 56 tickets correct. And somehow we're not up a ton of money because of these bullshit losses. I want to lose bets like I lost Arkansas. I want to lose bets like I lost on the 49ers. I want to lose bets fair and square to where when you watch that game, what was I thinking? That was the wrong team. They just aren't good. They were never in the game. The other team was better. That's how I want to lose. I don't want to lose on an injury. I don't want to lose because a team went for 2, didn't get it, and ended up coming a half point short because of that. I don't want a game where a team dominates the whole game, but they have 4 turnovers, bogus turnovers, not even stuff that's like deliberate, like hits a guy in the chest, bounces in the air, and the other team catches it. This is the kind of stuff that I've been losing on this year. You see my percentage. It's no different. I've been telling you guys that I always hit 61 to 65% on any given year, season to date. I crush football and I continue to get tickets right. But the big tickets, my bigger wagers this year, they continue to fall short, and they continue to fall short from bullshit. This can't continue. I'm not going to change a thing. I'm hitting it over 60%. In fact, I have my biggest play of the year already sent out to the client list this week. And it was something that happened very, very recently that led to that. Okay. I'm not going to change a thing. I've done this before, and there's plenty of season left. As long as these bigger plays start to finally cash, as long as there's no I don't need good luck. I've done this long enough. I hit over 60% of my bets. I don't need good luck. I just need to stop. I need to start avoiding bad luck. If we can just get rid of the bad luck, I'm going to be cooking, and I plan on doing exactly that. I'm going to hit this weekend even harder. I feel great. I'm hitting it over 60%. I know these bad bounces, these bad injuries, these bad luck games cannot continue. It cannot continue. You cannot lose this many times from BS, from bad luck. I'm picking good wagers. I'm getting good closing line value. These tickets will start to cash. The bigger plays will start to cash. If you want them, you know where to get them. If you don't want them, no problem. I'm going to keep plugging away, do exactly what I need to do. And I think the next few weeks are going to be quite fun. There's just no way the bad luck can continue. It can't. I'll see you in the next video.